Well, every party has guidelines and probably a constitution that guides their day-to-day operations, which include, as among others, how to elect their party flag bearers. Yesterday, as a member of NRM, we were in Munyonyo, where we formally received the manifesto that is going to guide us as a party, but also guide our country, Uganda, into what we intend to do for the next 5 years to come as we move towards elections. So while there, I started hearing of rumors that NUP has finally also discharged the list of members who are going to be their flag bearers. So I really want to leave that to them. I don't want to make comment as to what has happened, but it is also unfortunate that, like in NRM, we lost many members, but ours was through an electoral process where members of the party participated in determining and electing those who should represent them as their flag bearers for the next forthcoming elections. And we thought it would be an opportunity to be emulated by all parties that give people and their members an opportunity to elect who their flag bearers would be. But NUP, like maybe other parties, chose to have a committee that did the vetting and have come up with a list that is now circulating. It is unfortunate we are not seeing senior legislators, people who are very objective in the way they manage affairs of parliament, but also publicly in the interest of seeing the country move. Of course, being in opposition is at times misunderstood by some people, that you must be the one all the time fighting whatever you think is not right. But opposition, we look at them in modern democracies where Uganda is headed to. We look at the people of opposition to be those who have alternative policy, to give guidance in the way they thought if they were in government. And I want to, believe me or not, I want to say that as members of NRM, we always don't take opposition as people who don't have alternative policies that are good. Whatever is good that comes from that side, we look at it, dissect it well, and we are able to implement. And that is why we are staying longer in power, because we observe what is good from other parties, then see if it can fit into ours, and we are able to move. And that is what we call opposition. So I am personally surprised that senior leaders of NUP, senior legislators who are very objective, have not appeared on the list that has been discharged. Notable enough is the Honorable Medad Segona. Medad Segona, once he's on the floor, he will say what matters for this country, whether you want to take it or leave it. But at many times we have also seen it very objective in some of the issues that he says. And others. But every party, like I've said, has a way that it arrives at who should be their flag bearer. I don't know what parameters they considered. I don't know what issues were put in place to determine who takes. But us as NRM, I am proud that for us, we take those decisions back to the people, and that is why you know who the flag bearers now here are, because they were elected, and this election was an open one where people stood behind us and they determined who their flag bearers are. How I wish all these other parties can emulate the transparent way in which NRM elects their leaders. Of course, I know there are discrepancies here and there. There are concerns that keep being raised even to our side of the NRM, and those are integrity issues that NRM has to fix with the leaders who manage the registrars and so on and so on. The people who manage, those are the challenges that the party has to fix. But this is the most transparent way that I think should be for election, especially of flag bearers today and even for the future. And I want to request other parties to follow suit. But what has happened definitely is sending a signal where we are seeing.
But it was expected. And when you let people not to decide, and you decide on your own, what else do you now expect? We expect such kind of dictatorial tendency. How do you have not determined for the people, for those constituencies? You have not determined for, I mean, they have not determined their leader. It is you who is now giving them flags. Let people determine. There should be some kind of small but at least meaningful what? Kind of democracy, participation of the people. But now in this, we are actually surprised. The potential members of parliament have been left out. I don't know why. They cannot be given reasons. Now we are also worried if actually such democracy in Uganda can be exercised like this. And internally, by the way, what about when this man comes into government? Is there anybody who will participate, or it will be upon his discretion that yes, you're going to come, you're going to go?
So the way they offload the experience, what do you have to say about that?
When you offload the experience, then it means you are also inexperienced. You don't need experience. But so Ugandans must also appreciate what he's saying. He doesn't want experience. He's not even experienced. You go and vote the experienced president, which is President Museveni.
Ina intelligence esobola okukola research emala nebabuulira guno musota guno si musota ono ajja tulwanirira ono tajja tulwanira. Politics is all about a winner, and the winner takes it all. We cannot have two candidates on the same position. So kati aba bayiseemu nga nange kwendi tweyozaayoza, naye ate eyo ntandikwa kubanga kati twabadde wano kuba NRM Museveni naye atumuulidde nnyo wano ng'akozesa kye bayita simanyi Buganda for Museveni, era baleese ssente empitirivu nnyo n'obuseppiki kati babugaba n'amasowaani. Otuuka eyo mu byalo ng'ewaffe gye tuva NRM bafulaga bearers babawadde obuseppiki bagabire ku byalo, ne babawa n'enkumbi, ne babawa n'essowaani. Kakati ebyo byonna bye tugenda okonfront, of course ne ssente, kubanga okwawukanako okulonda okuwedde kuno Museveni kwateeseteese kwa kufa na kuwona. So kati naffe tubadde tulina okutegeka era tukyakina okuteeka abakandidate okuwa kadi kirala nnyo n'okugenda okunoonya victory nakyo kirala nnyo. Weebakuwa kadi ne weebaka bana abasajja embeera gye balimu, they are extremely desperate, baba basobola okuggyako bwanguzi. Naye kati ffe wano mu Buganda bwe bakuwa kadi ye NUP oba osuumuseeko obanga omukatuliki yasomedde mu masomero g'abakatuliki ng'atayagala kuba kalidinaali, kati bw'asomera wali eri embeera eba etambula. Mu Buganda ebakuwa ku kaadi ye NUP owuliranga n'omutima guweweddeko, okuggyako bannaffe abamu be batawadde